Hi guys, it's Sarge here from PaymentEye, and I'm joined by David Maxsimic, who's International President at WEX, and Myles Stephenson from Corporate Pay. How are you doing today, guys? All right?
Very good, thank you.
Doing great, Sarge. Thank you.
Okay. And just to start off with, could you guys tell me a little bit about yourselves and your background? That'd be great.
Hi, I'm Myles Stephenson. I run WEX's commercial payments business here in Europe, previously running Corporate Pay, which was acquired by WEX about a year ago. Prior to that, I spent about 10 years in the payments industry, and before that, a little time in the retail industry.
And I'm David Maxsimic, President of WEX International. I've been with WEX for 16 years, and I've been most recently involved with the international business for the past year, and working very closely with Myles and his team here in Europe.
Max, could you tell me a little bit about how WEX was founded?
We're celebrating our 30th year this year. I believe the month is October. We were founded by a gentleman by the name of Parker Poole III back in the state of Maine in the Americas, and one day he was looking out of his commercial building and he noticed all these vehicles going by, and one of his commercial trucks was fueling at a pump, and he came up with this idea of, hey, how can we get those folks to come to our site to use fuel? And then, very long story after that, it really became more of a chicken and an egg effect. And our current chairman today, Mike Dubiak, who has been with the business for 28 years, started going around calling on the oil companies saying, hey, how about if we brought all this commercial business to you? And they said, great, who do you have? And he said, oh, good idea. Then he'd go to the commercial business and say, how about if we let you fuel at any site you wanted to go to on a universal basis? And they said, great, who do you have? So then, long story, they went through many ventures. We were owned 5 times before we became public in 2005. But today in the United States, we're accepted at over 180,000 locations. And then along the way, we decided we needed to diversify our revenue, so we got into the payment space, if you would, B2B payments beyond the fuel world in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then ever since then, we've been acquiring that space and also building organically. So today we are in Australia, we're in Brazil, we're in New Zealand, and clearly here in Europe.
If you could tell me, where does Corporate Pay fit into that? I understand you were recently acquired by WEX.
Yeah. So Corporate Pay is a business, as you say, that was acquired last year, 12 months ago, by WEX. It's a business that we set up about 4 years ago. So we launched the business in 2008 and then launched our products in 2009. And then we've been growing the business predominantly in the commercial prepaid card space since then. And then we joined the WEX group in May 2012.
Corporate Pay was a very strategic acquisition for WEX because, as we mentioned, we're in the B2B payment space and primarily in the virtual space throughout the States on a credit platform. What Myles and his organization have brought to it is great technology on a prepaid platform. So today, in that B2B corporate payment space, we're the only company that can offer both a credit and a prepaid platform. So very, very strategic, one. And two, it gives us a great presence here in Europe, specifically the UK, but now will allow us to expand the breadth of our products throughout the continent.
You touched a little bit there about the product offering that you have. I was wondering if you could give me a little bit of background about the company, about Corporate Pay, and the same goes for WEX.
So our focus has been prepaid cards, and with a particular focus on commercial prepaid cards, so selling on a B2B basis and serving corporates and businesses. Mm-hmm. It broadly breaks down into 2 areas, what we term virtual cards, right, and then actual physical cards, but enabling our customers to better control, better automate, reduce costs for their payments. The fit with WEX that has been fantastic is that we've been operating virtual prepaid cards, and right, that has integrated very well with WEX's virtual credit program. Right. So we now have a very comprehensive offering that we've been able to take to market here in Europe.
Okay, great.
And as I mentioned earlier, all the different geographical locations we're at, but specifically for our product set. So when you think of fleet fueling, we do that in Brazil. We do that in Australia, a very strategic acquisition down there in 2010. They also have a gift card business. Right. So that really was our foray into the gift card. And then we really were the originators of the virtual credit payment solution in the States when we started launching in the online travel agency world. And as you know, we partner with all the largest ones over there and the small ones too. So it's just been a natural footprint to expand and a great way to go about it.
So you've had quite a few strategic acquisitions in the past couple of years, and kind of noting the expansion internationally. So how would you say that's kind of summed up in the first quarter of the year in 2013? What's that been like for both Corporate Pay and WEX?
Well, certainly the growth has continued to be very strong, and we have a very strong pipeline going forward. And we're also excited about a number of key wins recently, such as our expansion of the virtual product into the Spanish market. And we recently announced the win of a client called Grupo Transhotel, based in Madrid, which extends our footprint out significantly into the market. So we're very pleased about that.
For WEX Incorporated, we had a very strong first quarter, both revenue and earnings perspective. We did see growth in all our markets. We also, as Myles indicated, not just here, but we've been fortunate to see a very robust pipeline. So as we continue through the year and look, in 14 and 15, we feel very great about our business.